Before you can figure out where you going, you gotta look back at where you've been. There's things that happen that seem like they didn't mean nothing at the time. But then you realize they mean everything.
What's up with ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your glad friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, and this one right here is titled, Why Did Kanan Ask for the 500,000? And what I mean by this, if you remember in the season finale of last season, $500,000 is what was asked for from Rock in order to get Kanan back after he was supposedly kidnapped. But if Kanan was gonna just take out Ronnie, you know what I'm saying, like he did, and then Rock was just gonna keep the money anyways, what was the purpose of him asking for the 500,000? So I will be giving a prediction and a theory of why I think that the 500,000 was necessary. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this video. Now, we're gonna start things off with your boy Kanan Unique Mathis, aka Breeze, because I believe his hands was all over this. Now, I believe once he was brought back to good health, he paid a visit to Rock. And remember, I already talked about this on one of my previous videos, but I will tweak something that I said prior. And the part I'm talking about is the fact that he visited Kanan at the around that same time. Like he had already visited Kanan when they met up at the jukebox performance. I think that I'm gonna change that. I think at that particular time he had only visited Rock, but he didn't visit Kanan yet. So hold on to that. Now, after this incident here, if you can remember, Ronnie set up a shootout to take out Rock. And if you can remember, after this incident happened, your boy Famous went to visit Kanan and tell him about what happened. And that Rock was in the shootout, and of course, Kanan had no idea. So after that, I believe it's possible that maybe Rock told Neek, actually, you know what I'm saying, probably a little after jukebox performance, after they had their little talk, and he was and Rock told Kanan that Ronnie killed his own brother. I believe during that time period that Neek had already visited Rock. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't tell Kanan, of course, that, Neek was still alive, because Neek didn't want no one to know he's alive. So she kept his secret. So, with that being said, I think it's very much possible that after that incident, she went and talked to Neek and said, look, Kanan thinks that I set him up, you know what I'm saying, with taking you out with the Italians. And it's going to be hard for me to, get things on board, because I believe they possibly was planning on working some kind of new deal together. And they was like, look, it's going to be hard for me to do this with my son working with your brother. So that's when Neek paid a visit to Kanan and told him and struck a plan and a deal with him. Now, remember this incident. this here, obviously we found out that this was a staged kidnapping, right? And of course, during this kidnapping, Kanan made sure he repeatedly yelled out, "I know Ronnie is behind this. I know Ronnie is behind this." Because he wanted Juke to hear this so that she can go back and report to Rock that Ronnie kidnapped Kanan. But see, this was all part of Unique's plan. I believe Unique's hands was already in play during this time, but he didn't tell Rock about this. Because remember I told y'all on the other video, Neek was playing both sides. So, after he did that, he told him, look, this is what you do. You fake a kidnapping, act like my brother kidnapped you. Your mom will come, because the thing is that he's going to strike a deal that Neek and Kanan can run their own organization without his mom being involved. Because you know Kanan doesn't want to deal with his mom. Neek just wants to get put back on top. So how do they do it? He works together with the son to push Rock out, and then they run the organization. Now I'm going to tell y'all how they did it. So, like I said, he told him to fake the kidnapping, and then once you fake the kidnapping, ask for $500,000 to get you back. Make sure you implant that through Ronnie from a source. And see, Neek knows Rock whole organization. Like, he knows how it's ran, right? And so does Kanan. So they use, they put two and two together. It probably, this part here could have been Kanan saying, yeah, and look, once I ask for the 500K, once I've been kidnapped and asked for the 500K, the person that my mama gonna know to go look for to get the information is gonna be none other than Snap and Pop. Snap and Pop, keep in mind, Ronnie owes them money. So they looking to get their cut back in some kind of way. And the only way that they can possibly do that is to work with whoever is on top. Because keep in mind, they're retired. They're out of the game, but they still trying to make their own coins. So, them knowing that Rock and Marvin is going to go to them, that was the next move. So, this was Neek playing chess. And Neek and Kanan playing chess. I think Kanan came up with the plan. It just was Neek's idea to do the kidnapping. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, possibly, Neek just came to him and to Kanan and told him what happened between him and Ronnie. And Kanan came up with this whole scheme on his own. Because Kanan is a smart one. And keep in mind, Breeze is supposed to be strong and not smart. So maybe it was Kanan's whole idea of how to do this. It's just, Neek was telling him, just was there to tell him that his brother, maybe he was coming there to kill his brother, possibly, who knows? Because keep in mind, Kanan and Ronnie was hanging out. Either way, I believe a dialogue was said. They struck a deal on how to take out Ronnie, and they both can end up on top. So that Neek can take out Ronnie, and Kanan can take out Rock without killing her, though. So I'm going to explain that in a bit. But anyways, as you know, at this meeting, Snap told Rock that Ronnie wanted $500,000 to get Kanan back. But we know that wasn't even Ronnie's idea. We know this because Ronnie said it. The 500K was Kanan. I just wanted to work. So, with that being said, Kanan is smart enough to know that if she needs that money, that who else, and with Kanan and Neek's knowledge together, they know the only person that Rock knows that can possibly help her generate that much money that quickly is none other than Stefano. That's the only person that Rock knows has it, and that she could possibly, get along from. And keep in mind, Snap and Pop do have a relationship with Stefano. We know this because your girl Pop told us that basically the way they was talking, like they got Stefano under their thumb. So if that's the case, they probably say, look, loan her the $500K, and we're gonna find a way to end up making it more than that. So he was on board, so he already knew that she was on the way. Once she came, he agreed to give her the $500,000. Also, look at how fast he was able to generate that money. Said he'd have it delivered in an hour. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that it's not possible to gather that much that quickly, but I'm just saying that's a lot of money you gathering up in just an hour. Either way, Stefano was on board. Now, let's go ahead and get to when they met at the warehouse, right? Like I said earlier, Ronnie told us that it was Kanan who wanted the $500,000. But as we know, Kanan took Ronnie out shortly after this. So, if he was just going to take Ronnie out, what's the point? What was the point of the $500,000? Well, I believe, here's my theory. The $500,000 was probably said to bankrupt Rock. Now, granted, she kept the $500,000, but that's not how that worked. You borrowed the $500,000, and it leaves, you leave with it, you still owe the penalty. You still have to pay the interest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't work like, oh, I didn't need it. Here's your $500,000 back. No. You left with that $500K. You still owe me the 25% or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So, the next plan probably would be to maybe some kind of way get that $500,000 up off her. Who knows? You just never know. Neek might rob her for that $500,000 after this shit. I wouldn't be surprised. Because Neek's hand has been all over this shit. And that's what I believe, and I'm sticking with it. Like I told y'all earlier, that leaked photo of Kanan, of Unique going to what looks like to be Kanan's apartment, I believe that took place as a flashback scene to show that what really happened, and that Kanan and your boy Unique struck a deal. But of course, Neek told Kanan not to tell anyone because he wants to lay low, and he's going under the new name Breeze. So, pretty much, that's all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. Y'all definitely let me know what y'all think of in these comments. Why did Kanan ask for this $500,000 if he knew he wasn't going to keep it? Right? What was the reasoning for this? Maybe y'all have a better theory than I do. I would love to hear it. So please share all of that and more in the comments. But for now, like usual, if you're cool with me, fool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a like, comment. Let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share it with your ugly ass friends. But until the next video, I'm out.